Hey, looks like you are just in time for dinner. Hello everybody, tonight's dinner is going to be a turkey pot pie. I have out some of my ingredients here, pretty much all of them. I've got some leftover turkey that I baked for Easter. This is probably about 3 cups, I'd say, maybe 4, but I think I'm going to use it all. I'm going to see as I get going. The recipe, I'm using my mom's recipe for a turkey pot pie, and it calls for about 1 pound of leftover turkey. So I definitely have more than that, but I'm just going to see as I get going if I'm going to throw it all in there or not. It calls for 2 cans of the mixed vegetables, 2 cans of cream of chicken, and 1 of cream of celery, but I don't have cream of celery. And I'm just going to see here if I need any more sauce. I don't think I will, or the gravy portion. And then it calls for some broth. I'm going to see about that as well. Got some turkey flakes, parsley flakes, some pepper, and some garlic. And so I'm going to get this all mixed up here in my bowl and kind of see where we are. If I need some broth, I will certainly add some in there. Okay, in with the cream of chicken soup first. And you certainly could just make a roux with butter, flour, chicken broth, go that route, leave out the cream of chicken. Or you can make your own cream of chicken. I've done it. I don't ever make my own cream of chicken, but I have definitely made pot pies just starting with a butter and flour base. But I'm not doing that tonight. All right, cream of chicken soup in. I think I'm going to go in with my turkey next because these vegetables are a little more tender. So let's just go in with the turkey. I'm going to put in about half. I should have definitely chopped some of this. So I'm going to grab my kitchen scissors and do just a little bit of a chop on that. All right, now I'm just going to mix those two together just a little bit and kind of get a feel for the amount that I have in here. I think I'm going to add in the rest of the turkey. I think I just am. So let me go ahead and get the rest of this chopped and I'm going to get it in. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give that a stir. This will be a 9x13 size pan that I'll be making today. You could also do a pie pan, a round, but I'm going to do a 9x13. Okay, I like the way that's looking. I'm going to go ahead and add in, before I put in my vegetables, I'm going to put a little bit of garlic powder, just for some extra flavor, some parsley flakes, just for fun, and some black pepper. There we go. We are pepper fans around here. And then my mixed vegetables that are drained, I would have probably used some frozen ones if I had them, but I don't. Now my mom's recipe does call for the canned. In fact, it calls for Eggrolls brand, which I love when I have certain recipes that call for real specific brands. I just think that's fun. But I'm not real brand sensitive for the most part. So these are just good old Aldi vegetables. Oh yeah, looking great. Now, I'm not gonna keep stirring a whole bunch, I don't want these vegetables to get all smushy. Okay, so there's my filling. You cannot get any quicker and easier than this. Now, I'm gonna work on the pastry version, or the pastry portion of this recipe. I am actually using for the first time for a pot pie, puff pastry, and I'm gonna do a bottom and a top crust. I found a recipe because I kinda wanted to try that. I don't know if it'll work out real great or not. I have never used puff pastry before, so we'll see here. So let's get going on that. Okay, so I'm using my glass baking pan here. It's about a 9 by 13, maybe a tiny bit smaller. And then I just followed the instructions for the puff pastry. It says to microwave them if you haven't thawed them out in time, and I hadn't. So, and then it says you can roll them out, you know, to do your desired shape. You can cut them out, you can do whatever. But we are just gonna go easy peasy tonight. I'm just gonna kind of smush it in here. It's the bottom crust. It's gonna be fine. There we go. I did put a little cooking spray because, like I said, I don't work with this, so I don't know a ton about it. All right, here comes the filling. Oh, this is gonna be good, good, good. We woke up to snow here. Today is April the 18th when I'm filming this. We are in Indiana and it was snowing this morning. It didn't snow long, but it did cover the ground. I don't know if I have any, I took some footage for Instagram, but I can't remember if I saved it or not. But anyhow, this seems like a great meal to have today because my goodness gracious, it's gotten cold on us just a little bit again. It's supposed to be 80 by the end of the week. Crazy, crazy weather, but this seems perfect for tonight. And one other thing, like I said, this is my mom's recipe, and so a lot of times, hang on, there we go. A lot of times she would, you know, after it was just her and my dad in the house, they lived close to us at the time, and she would make a big pan like this and bring some down for my boys because they loved it so, so much. And so when I made it, when they were at home, our whole pan was gobbled down. Never any leftovers. It was always such a big hit. And a lot of times I'll still make it, you know, for everybody on family night or something like that. Not a lot of times, not enough. I'm sure they would love it if I made it more. And guys, I'm not a super fancy person. And here's the deal, I don't want to like trim and do stuff for these edges. I'm okay with this right here. And I also don't want to roll it out. Yes, just not wanting to do a bunch of extra tonight. So this is the easy way. This will be fine. Okay, so I will have this whole recipe down below, typed out for you, the baking instructions and whatnot. And we will get this in the oven and let this bake up. I'm so excited. I know this is going to taste good. I think my sister makes one using a puffed pastry crust, or topping rather, which I guess is crust anyway, but I never have, so I'm so excited about this. Okay, I'm going to go wash my hands and get this in the oven. Wow, look at this, you guys. Just came out of the oven. Looks so good. It smells really good in here. I didn't put any egg wash, or you can do a little milk or something like that for the top. I think it looks just fine. I think I will go over it just a smidge with some butter real quick. I think I'll just do that very gently. Oh wow, this smells so good. Of course, when we get this thing all cut up and served, we will have that delicious bottom crust. My husband really loves like any type of like double crust pie or anything like that. The thicker the crust, the better. He loves it. Okay, I think we're gonna call it good right here. And it says to let, I think the recipe I was looking at, I looked at several, but I think several of them said let it set for about 10 minutes or so. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, listen to that crispy crust. Oh my goodness. All right, I'll show you when I have this all dished up. It was so delicious, you guys. We love the top and the bottom crust on there. It actually is kind of reminiscent of the pot pies that you buy in the frozen section at the grocery store. It's got that little yummy crispy taste on the crust. It was so good. Make sure you look below. I will have the recipe and the link for the one that I used that had the double crust. So you'll have a couple options there. All right, if you've been around here long, you know we love a good homemade pizza, and I've been using these Crust from Aldi for quite some time now. It's the Mama Causey's pizza dough. You buy it in the refrigerated section. And I buy a few of them and put them in my freezer. Just let them thaw out when I'm ready to use it. So I just spread my crust out, put some holes there with my fork, and I usually bake mine for just maybe 4 or 5 minutes before I put on toppings. So I just used some jarred pizza sauce that I had in the refrigerator that needed to be used. It's kind of what prompted this for this night. I have put down some onion and some orange pepper, bell pepper, and then I fried up a pound of breakfast sausage. That's my favorite thing to use on pizza. That is it for the toppings besides the cheese. That I just used what I had. We love sausage pizza anyway. Baked this in the oven. It came out golden and delicious. We love homemade pizza around here. I just sprinkled on some Parmesan cheese out of the shaky can. And in my air fryer, I did some mozzarella cheese sticks. This was such a delicious sort of in-home pizza night. And it hits the spot every time. Those little pizza doughs are like 97 cents, so it's very economical as well. So that's what our plate looked like for dinner tonight. For tonight's dinner, I'm starting off with my side here, this breaded cut okra. I buy it at Kroger. As you can see there, it's about $1 a bag in the freezer section. It fries up really quickly with some oil in your skillet. Okra is one of my most favorite foods of all time. So we've got this going here. Like I said, it takes just a short amount of time to fry up. I also am making some mashed potatoes to go along with that. And then I'm going to tell you about our main dish here that we're having. So on my Costco haul a couple weeks ago, I showed this fish, and it's called Tortilla Crusted Tilapia. We sampled it at Costco. It was so good, and I didn't buy it that day, but the next time I went back, I knew that that was going to come home with me. It was really, really delicious in the sample. So this is what we're having for our main dish tonight. Henry loved it so much, he wanted me to buy it.
I had that sample of fish. We had to get some at Costco.
That's right. Was it delicious?
Absolutely.
Why don't you put your hood on and show them how cute you are in your Sonic outfit.
And also I'm wearing my Sonic outfit.
Let's see it. Oh my goodness. All right, what request did you have to go along with the fish tonight? You wanted fish and what? What's your favorite, one of your favorite things Gigi makes is what?
Fish and mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes. Is that one of your favorite things that Gigi makes?
Mm-hmm.
Mashed potatoes. What else?
And
You like, what else do you like that I make?
I like broccoli.
Broccoli. And what kind of sandwich do you like that I make for you?
Sausage sandwich.
Sausage sandwich and one other kind. Yesterday you said, I want a...
Chicken sandwich.
No, you said grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese.
Yes, you like grilled cheese sandwiches, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we'll show you our plates when we get them made, won't we?
Uh-huh.
Okay. One of my favorite things to have with fish is mac and cheese, so I'm just making a homemade stovetop mac and cheese. Boil the noodles, drain them off, put in some Velveeta, some milk, some salt and pepper, butter. Yes, easy, easy stovetop mac and cheese. And then I'm stirring together some tartar sauce. So I have this Southern mild chow chow. Got that at Rural King. Basically, that's going to be the pickle version, some mayonnaise, some hot sauce. And that will make us some tartar sauce to go with our fish. Meanwhile, back in the kitchen, the dining room area, Henry has constructed a little place to play, and he actually does this quite often when I'm cooking in the kitchen. And if he's here, he will bring in stools and blankets and pillows and just make little play area for himself, and he just keeps himself entertained while I'm cooking dinner. If you go to Costco, I highly recommend giving this fish a try. It is delicious. I did it in the air fryer. We all definitely gave this 2 thumbs up, and I have enough to do another meal, and I'll repurchase this again. Continuing to make meals based on things that I have. So this is country fried steak and gravy. It's the Fast Fixins brand. I've showed this once before. Very good. I recommend it. Use some mashed potatoes we had left over from the night before. Cooked up some corn and some cottage cheese, And that was a quick and easy meal. I did those country fried steaks in my air fryer. Well, we've made it to the last thing I'm going to show you in this video, and that is homemade egg rolls. I've started out here by shredding up some carrots. I have about 1.5 cups, I'd say, and I'm dicing in some red onion. I am going to basically get all the components together here for the inside of my egg rolls. Off camera, I shredded up a little over half of a large head of cabbage with just my hand grater there, and just got that all shredded up, mixed together. And in my skillet here, I fried up about 2 pounds of ground beef. This is the first time I've ever made egg rolls using ground beef, and they turned out so delicious. Look below and I will have the recipe linked. So after the ground beef is cooked up and drained, you're just going to add in all of your veggies that you have prepped. And you don't have to do this for long, but you just kind of want to get the vegetables cooked a little bit, get them to start softening and breaking down a little bit in your kettle here. Okay, I thought I had my camera on and I did not. I have added in water, oil, and ginger, and some soy sauce. And then my fresh garlic. Now be sure and look below. I will have the link to this recipe that I followed for the ground beef egg rolls. Egg rolls are easy to make. They look intimidating, but they are not hard to make. And if you are wanting a lot of egg rolls for a crowd, it's by far so much cheaper to make them yourself than buying pre-made ones. And they are really not that difficult. They really aren't. So adding in salt here, I always wait to the end to add in the salt because I want to make sure I don't over salt it. I added in a little bit of sugar per the recipe, some black pepper, and then sesame oil. And never leave out the sesame oil when you're using or making Chinese dishes. It really gives a great authentic Chinese flavor. And speaking of flavor, I decided mine needed just a little bit more, so I added in some of this dry beef bouillon powder, and that really bumped up the flavor for what I was looking for. And so now it's time to get to rolling these egg rolls. And now to the fun part. Just lay the egg roll wrappers with the point facing you. You want to put some of the filling in the center, fold over and pull back towards you. Put both of the ends folded inside, roll on over, and there you have it. You use your little pastry brush, or at least I do, pastry brush with some water to seal it. You can use your finger if you prefer. You just want to make sure it's sealed. It'll start activating, and it actually feels kind of a little bit gluey when you start rubbing that together, and it will just seal right up. It's probably, the trickier part is just how much filling, and you just kind of get that after you roll them a time or two. You can tell I need a little more, I need a little less. I think the key is not to overfill. You don't want it to burst out the seams or to squeeze out the bottom. It's not the end of the world if it does, but that's your goal, is to not overfill it so it doesn't cause it to bust open while it's frying. So not all of mine look the same. Some are a little fuller than others, but overall we've got some really nice looking egg rolls here, all ready to be fried up. So I have a long griddle, a stovetop griddle that just goes over my stove. I put some oil in there and I just get these things to frying. They fry very quickly. You don't want to walk away from them. I had a couple that kind of got darker quicker than I thought they would, but just stay right with them. Once you do this side, flip it, and then I kind of tip them up on their edges so I can get every little piece all crispy. Look at these, you guys. Oh my goodness. See, look, they are not that hard at all. Takes a little time, but they're not hard, and they are so worth it. Look at that, golden brown, fried to perfection. I usually put some salt on there while they're hot, and that causes the salt to stick. Let me tell you guys, they are so good. Look at that. These were delicious. I will definitely use the ground beef again to make these egg rolls. Well, once again, thank you so much for tuning in to one of my videos. It just means the world to me. Y'all are just the best. Looking at these egg rolls is making me hungry. I don't know about you, but I hope you have gotten some inspiration from this What's for Dinner video, and come back next week. We'll have another one to see what we've been cooking up and eating around here. All right, guys, take care, and I'll see you the next time.